your left.
So recently, boys and girls, I've been getting some slack, some hate, because all I seem to be driving at the moment is the BMW LMDH. And why not? It's a fantastic car, it's just come to the service, and I absolutely love driving it. But still, haters are going to hate. So, today, I'm going to jump into the F4 car at Bathurst and see if we can actually be as competitive in this thing around this absolutely mega circuit in an F4 car. I'm sure this will be absolutely carnage, but we'll see. We'll see if we can prove the haters wrong, shall we? Let's jump into race one and let's see what we can do. Alrighty then, boys and girls, here we go. Let's go to Bathurst. Now, I know it's the location, not the track, but I like calling it Bathurst. Leave me alone. Anyways, right, 4 red lights, waiting for the green lights to go out, and away we go for the first race at Bathurst. Let's see if this man with a particularly large head can handle himself around Mount Panorama. Yes, I said it right. I said it correctly there. As we go through Hell's Corner and then the Conrad Straight. So we qualified in P2 for this one. Looking for an early move up the inside, but I decided against it because I've got the cold tyres. And it is my first race, so best to take it cautiously. And I went cautiously as well down the hill because, you know, through the dipper, Formula 4 car, it's pretty scary. You know, this thing is made of paper, so as soon as you touch the ball, you're pretty much out of it. So, you know, as if it couldn't be scary enough. Doing it in a Formula 4 car. Wow, that was close. That was really, really close. So, yeah, doing it in a Formula 4 car is even scarier, to be honest. But getting closer and closer to Saxo ahead in car number 2 there. As we fight, as we go side by side, we actually get 0x there. So there must have been a little bit of contact as we go into the next corner. But once again, back out of it. I'm trying to be the sensible person here. It's the first race. And we did qualify well. We did get P2, so we want to do our absolute best. But I see an opportunity here up the inside on the last corner of this magnificent circuit. And your boy has promoted himself up to P1 and the start of lap 2. Here we go. So now we're up to P1. And yeah, so far so good. So far so good as we go through Hell's Corner there. I believe, is it Hell's Corner? It is Hell's Corner. I've got... I definitely don't have a track map next to me with the names of all the corners and the corner numbers. Is that cheating when you're commentating? Is that cheating? It might be. Oh well. Anyways, right. Saxo is looking to intimidate us, shall we say, on the left-hand side, but I've got the inside, and you're very brave if you're going to try and go around the outside of that corner. But he was very smart indeed. The fact that he looked like he was going for the move meant I had to go for a tighter line, which meant I had a worse exit. He's got a great exit coming out of that corner, but there's nothing he could do there because I still had the inside. And we're starting to create a little bit of a train, really. Myself up to P4. They're all within 7 tenths. So, yeah, this is a very, very close battle here. And if they're going to try and get past me through the mountain, they're going to have to be extremely brave. Massive, massive plums to get a move done here. And as you can see, the top 7 still just separated by 4.5 seconds. Going through the skyline, and yeah, and I think it's the dipper after this as well. There's no place in the world quite like it as you go through those set of corners. Absolutely superb. It is, yeah, one of the best sections in racing. It is absolutely fantastic. Right, cool. As we go through Forest Elbow then, we're going to fast forward once more. I did think that actually Saxo was going to have the draft there. And be able to go for a move like I did on him on lap 1. But no, not quite close enough. I think he had a bad exit out of Forest Elbow. And yeah, it wasn't quite enough to get the move done. Anyways, let's complete lap 3 then. And let's see where we're going to go. But we're not going to complete lap 3 because I am going to bin it. All right then. So, race number 2. Because that first one went swimmingly well, didn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Starting to think maybe I should stick to the LMDH. Anyways, right, 4 red lights, waiting for them to go out, waiting for the green lights, and away we go. Now, the way I do it is I put it in first, hold down the brake, and then about quarter throttle. Seems to keep the car in place, and there's no real wheel spin. Whether that is actually the OP strat, please do let me know. Right, so this is race number 2 then. Now, I have decided not to qualify for this one. I thought, what a cracking idea. You know, because you qualified P2, you got on P1, and you still binned it. So why not try from the back and see where we can end up in this one. So let's see if we can move ourselves up the field. It looks like they're going to go 3 wide into the next corner. But it looks like, oh, the Renault's locked up. Oh, I say the Renault's still Formula 4, but oh my goodness, that's a big one. Let's watch the replay there. So it looks like he just locked up the brakes going into Griffin's Bend. And yeah, lovely little barrel roll there. But those two are now out of the race. So we qualified P13, and that should now promote us up to P11. So good stuff, good stuff. The only problem is we're still going to be losing I rating for this one. So we're going to have to make sure as my Apple Watch goes off, will that come out in the recording? Who knows? Who knows? I'm kind of just free-flowing with this, by the way. I am not, you know, I'm trying to do this well, but at the same time, I'm just going with the flow. I'm just going with the flow. Anyways, right, who do we have in front of us? We have Geordie. Geordie in front of us here. Yeah. In the red and black Formula 4. We should just take our time here when we're behind him, because we're going to go through the dipper and then just, yeah, we don't want to bid it as we are going through it for the first time, because obviously this is race 2, so it is lap 1 of this race, and we will have cold tyres, so we got to be super careful, extra cautious as we just go through here, and yeah, make sure that we don't end up in the wall or something. Unlike this chap, who unfortunately looks like he may have just got into the wall there. Very strange indeed. Very strange indeed. I do wonder what happened to him there. Are we going to get... Oh, yes, we are. We are going to get an action replay. Fantastic. My editing skills, once again, coming in absolute clutch. Ah, I see. A little bit of a tap from behind and then a follow-up as well. Nothing this driver could do about it there. Hopefully, they are unscathed and undamaged. And, yeah, nice little turnaround there. And fingers crossed they'll be able to crack on with their race. So we got a nice little tow from Geordie there, as we go down the Comrade straight, and fingers crossed we can actually get this move done. But no, Geordie actually did a really late braking manoeuvre there and managed to get that position back. Fair play. He was braver than I was going into that corner, and it looks like there we've got a driver going into the pits already. So one would have to assume that one got a penalty because one jumped the start. Okay, Ollie. So, yes, focused. That will promote us up to P10. Oh, hello, we're P8. Okay, Avius, explain that then. So two at the start, and then the guy who spun, and then 4, so it's 4 positions there. Did we start off P13, and then we're P8? I must have missed one, because that's only 4 positions. Curious. I'll have to check back once I've done editing this video to see exactly what's happened there. Right, anyways, I'm still babbling on. Right, Griffin's Bend, turn number 2. Absolutely awesome. Love the uphill right-hander there. Get as close to that curb as you can. Don't take too much speed as you go through there. Otherwise, you'll understeer and go into the wall, and yeah, you just feel like such a plonker. If you end up doing that, yeah, and people will just laugh at you as well, because it's an easy thing to do, but if you do it, you look like an absolute plonker every single rally time. Anyways, this is turn 9 according to my wiki map that I've got up on my right screen. Anyways, I need to stop looking at the map, because if I keep looking at the map, I'm going to go into the back of this chap and look exactly what I've done. I've gone into the back of poor chap. Yes, I'm afraid I did murder. I did big murder. I did get on the radio, you're going to see in a moment, and I did apologise. Now, I did actually let go of the throttle there, but I didn't really know that it was going to brake that early. It's no real excuse. You've not heard of brakes before? I have, my friend, I have. I just temporarily forgot what they were for a moment. So my apologies to you, my friend. I did not mean to. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Let's just try and get our head down then and concentrate and see if we can get ourselves a top 5 in this race. So after everything that's happened, we are now in P6. We do actually have a positive I rating gain of 17, which will put us back up to 3.5k, which is exactly what we want. Now, at the start of this section, we're 1.3 seconds behind, but it looks like Iago ahead there had a very bad... is the cutting through there. He drifted wide and yeah, had to hit the brakes there, I think, to avoid hitting the wall. So he has lost an awful time, and the time is now just down to 6 attempts. So as we go through the mountain and prepare ourselves once more for Skyline, the S's and the Dipper, yeah, we are getting closer and closer. I do wonder if he has a little bit of damage, maybe, because we've caught an awful lot there. The gap has gone down by a whole second now, and it is just 3/10. So surely, if we have a good exit here through Forest Elbow, which we do, thankfully, we should be able to get the move done here as we get in the toe. And the toe in a Formula 4 car is really strong. And I can only imagine it's because there's a lot of downforce and not a lot of power at all. So if you can get any sort of extra power through the toe, it is going to make the world of difference. And look at that. Look at the difference there. Easy as you like. We should be able to get that move done. As long as we close the door. I kind of plant the car in the middle of the track to say I will defend that if you do go for it. And yeah, does compromise my exit though. So Iago once again could look for a move, but this will be very brave indeed if he's going to get it through Murray's corner. He'd have to go around the outside. And yeah, thinks better of it, backs out of it, and is probably going to concentrate and maybe try and work on a move as we go through Hell's corner once more. Looking for the brake market just before the 50-meter board, chucking the car in, and then 2 wheels on the exit curve there, and just concentrating on the exit. You want to just concentrate on the exit as much as you can, because you've got so little power in these Formula 4 cars. You want to carry as much speed as you can, because it's very difficult if you lose momentum and speed to get back up to where you were. So my break point here is just basically the little runoff area on the left-hand side. And again, once more, you want to get those wheels on the right-hand side as close to the curb as you can. Do not touch the curb. They're quite high. It will fling the car up, so don't do that if you can. This one here as well, as we go through the cutting, again, 3rd gear, but you've got to keep that momentum high. 3rd gear, keep the revs as high as you possibly can, and it can make the world of difference. If you try to go through there in 4th gear, I found there's just not enough torque and power, and the thing will just bog down, and you will lose so much time, because once again, you need all the speed you can as you go through the mountain in these Formula 4 cars. Right, time for the Skyline S's and Dipper once more. You can see they've got really loose out of there. The rear just gave up on me there. Way too much lock on the brakes there, and yeah, nearly losing the rear end. But thankfully, we've managed to keep it together. A really, really tricky section, as Iago is going to demonstrate here. So easy to lock up there. Taps the wall, unfortunately for him. And yeah, he's going to lose a lot of time indeed. And I think that was our battle with Iago done. And we couldn't really push on, unfortunately. We're going to finish about 6-7 seconds behind P3. So almost a podium. Not bad considering we started in P13. But there was a murder in there. So, you know, P4 with a pinch of salt, really. It is a good result, but, you know, I'd rather have got like a P6 or 7 without you know, murdering someone. That would be preferred, wouldn't it? Because we don't want to murder people in these races, boys and girls. We just want to have a good, clean race. Now, I'll be honest with you. I did go again for a 3rd race. I did plan to go for only 2, but I thought, sod it, I'm going to go for a 3rd race. I'm going to see if we can end this video on a high and get a podium. So 4 red lights and the green lights are there, and we're off, and we're ready to go once more for our 3rd and final race for this video. So for this one, we qualified P3. We are car number 5 in this one, car number 5. So we could gain some nice I rating here. This was a little bit later on in the day, I believe, because I've managed to get myself up to 3.7k in this one. So yeah, I managed to improve my I rating a bit before we went again. And yeah, as we go through Griffin's Bend once more, turn number 2. I really need to learn the names of these corners, because it's an absolutely mega track. So if you can learn the names, then yeah. I think the Chase and Conrad Straight was an easy one to remember. I always forget which one that the Skyline and the S's are, and the Dipper. So it might be worth looking that up, boys and girls, because yeah, I'm looking at it, and it does help. It does help. So yeah. Anyways, I'm blubbering on. Anyways, right, cool. So Chris in front is car number 1, and he is very, very quick, and the chap on pole as well, absolutely flying in practice, and I think quality there. He did a 206, was just absolutely insane. I certainly saw him do it in practice anyway, so a 206 is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I think I'm quite happy to be where I am in P3, and so far so good. I didn't think I'd stick with them, but I think we've done a cracking job. And car number 9 there, actually in P1, locked up a little bit, coming out the Forest Elbow. Easy to do. My exit wasn't fantastic, but Chris's in P2 was absolutely superb. So he's got a fantastic launch down the Conrad Straight as we go through that Fuso sponsorship sign right there. And I think he has got the move done there. Or has he? He goes defensive, but no, he's got it done. Fair play, fair play. He's got it done. And the two in front of me go wide, and this is a prime opportunity. But I've lost the rear, and P4 goes at the back of me, and I've got nowhere to go. And that's game over.